Hello, Aarti. Just want to ask you a question about parents complaining about the children not able to finish any given task. They are moving all over. They keep putting incomplete work. Are not able to concentrate, are not in one place. How can we help parents answering this question?
So when we talk about a moving child is often a learning child. And by this, I don't mean the child that has hyperactivity or clinically diagnosed hyperactivity. Generally, when children move, they're exploring. It's not meaningless, random movement. You don't see children just running around. They're probably trying to get under a table, climb on something, all of that. And these are all exploratory because at that age, in the younger age group especially, exploration helps the brain to assimilate. So it's very important. What we have as a wrong notion is that children can sit for 40 minutes, children can sit for so long, etc. You need to know that the rule that I use is age plus 3 minutes. So if I'm 3 years old, at most I can sit for 6 minutes in a place. Expecting me to sit for anything longer than that is not scientific. Then you may ask me, why is it in the school curriculum we expect children to sit for 40 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. This is from the Industrial Revolution and we call it the cells and bells model. Children are in rooms and then bells are rung. So in fact, in our curriculum, if you know, when we did our training for the teachers, I spoke very in depth about how teachers need to work with sitting down, working for a period of time which is concentration specific, and then shifting to a small brain break or an activity and then coming back to teaching learning practices. So this is how it happens in the school. At home, what we can do, one, when you want children to do academic work, please fix a place. You know, very often I see parents teaching at the dining table, teaching somewhere where the TV is on, things like that. Please don't do that. Fix a place for study, just like we have a place to sleep. A place where we take a bath. It's important for the brain to know that when I sit at this table, use this chair, this is for studies. Or when I sit on this mat, this is where I'm going to study. So be very specific about where you get children to sit down to do their work. Second is, it must be a fixed time. And in terms of a fixed time, what I'm trying to tell you is, very often parents don't know whether to start the activity as soon as the child comes back from school, or should they give a small break, let them play and then sit down. And then the question there is, when I give this break, they don't want to sit down or they don't want to come back. So this is where my request to you is to set the routine right from day one. As soon as they come back from school, give them a small meal, let them play for a little while, and have a short study time where you do a lot of reading together, a lot of activities which are not writing based. What has to happen in the study time is that there's a lot of interaction and bonding. When this interaction and bonding happens, concentration naturally develops because the child associates the sitting down space with a happy space or a safe space. So this is where many parents are actually critical and tend to push the child, and they sort of shame them, punish them, and the concentration also goes down when the child is feeling threatened. So on a scale of say 1 to 10, I would ask parents to use a lot of compassion, a lot of support towards the 10, and critical, etc., almost at the 1 level, because by making a child feel worse, we cannot change behavior. And the second thing with concentration, let children face a wall. We make them face the whole room, and then children are distracted by small elements all over the place because their brain is wired to explore. So when they face a wall, and it's a plain blank wall, children don't get distracted so much. The most important rule, like I mentioned at the beginning, is age plus 3 minutes. Structure your activities for age plus 3 minutes, and then give a short brain break, which is a physical activity, and then come back to the task. And use a lot of support in the enriching aspect of learning, teaching, etc., is where the child feels, I can do this, I'm capable of this. That is the best way to bring in concentration.
Thank you, Aarti. Can I ask you this question? You were talking about having a plain wall, but there are many children who have their desks decorated, they have their timetables, there are a lot of materials, paintings and put up there. What do you have to say for that?
That's a very American marketing kind of thing where we somehow believe that, you know, if there's a lot on the wall and one to-do list and one goal set and things like that, it enriches the brain. For young children, that does not work, because goal setting is something that I become aware of much later in life. For young children, a plain wall. Even for teenagers, I suggest the plain wall, because the least number of distractions in front of me, and especially in the gadget addicted generation, it's much easier for me to come back to the task. So plain wall, any color is fine, but the more muted pastel shades are better.
Thank you.